Can a bishop beat a rook in chess endgames? Imagine a game where one piece is limited to moving diagonally on squares of just one color, while the other can slide along entire rows and columns. Sounds like a tough matchup, right? Well, let's explore whether a bishop can actually defeat a rook in the final stages of a chess game. First, it's important to understand how each piece moves. A bishop moves diagonally, staying on squares of a single color throughout the game. It can only control the light or dark squares, depending on its starting position. A rook, on the other hand, moves in straight lines along ranks and files, giving it control over a much larger area. This mobility makes the rook a stronger piece in most situations, especially in endgames. When only a bishop is left against a rook, the game is usually a draw if both players play perfectly. The rook can control many squares and chase the bishop around, preventing it from creating threats. The bishop's limited movement on one color makes it easier for the rook to trap or neutralize it. Without pawns or other pieces, the bishop cannot force the rook into a losing position. Now, in the specific endgame of rook and bishop versus rook, the side with the rook and bishop often has winning chances. This is because they can coordinate to push the defending king to the edge of the board. The bishop can restrict the king's escape squares on one color, while the rook controls the lines. Still, if the defending side plays accurately, they can often hold a draw by placing their king in a corner opposite the color of the bishop. This setup can lead to stalemates or perpetual checks, making victory difficult. In practical play, mistakes happen. Many games at higher levels end with the side holding the rook and bishop winning because the defender slips up. Computer analysis shows that many positions with this material are theoretically winning for the attacking side, but most of these are unlikely to occur naturally. Realistically, fewer than 4% of practical positions are forced wins for the side with the rook and bishop. So, can a bishop alone beat a rook? The answer is no. The bishop's movement limitations prevent it from forcing a win against a rook, but when combined with a rook, the bishop can help set up winning tactics. Still, executing these plans requires skill and precision. The key to winning with a rook and bishop is controlling key squares, driving the opposing king to the edge, and coordinating pieces to trap or capture the enemy rook. Understanding how bishops move is vital here. Since they only move diagonally on one color, their control is limited compared to the rook's linear control over entire ranks and files. This is why a lone bishop cannot overpower a rook. But in the endgame, the combined power of rook and bishop can create winning chances, even if it's often a tough battle to convert those chances into a win. In summary, a bishop by itself cannot beat a rook. The rook's greater mobility and control make it a formidable opponent. However, when paired with a rook, the bishop can contribute to a winning strategy, but only if the defending side makes mistakes or is unable to find a perfect defense.